Welcome to this very first episode of Luna Alchemy, a space where astrology, shadow work, and cosmic wisdom meet. I am Betsy, your cosmic and lunar guide. In each episode, we'll journey together through the lunar cycles, exploring how the phases of the moon illuminate hidden patterns, guide us in deep inner work, and open pathways to healing and transformation. This is your lunar path to cosmic harmony, and I'm so grateful that you are here. In this first episode, we'll focus on diving deeper into the upcoming October full moon. On October 6, 2025 at 8:48 p.m. Pacific Time, we'll experience a super full moon in Pisces. If you don't already know, I work with True Sky Sidereal Astrology, which is astronomically accurate to what is in the sky in real time. And this full moon falls under the constellation of Pisces. Full moons mark the climax of the lunar cycle. This is a time where energy peaks and we may get answers to intentions we set in previous new moons, and we're invited to release. In Pisces, this release is deeply emotional and spiritual. Expect themes of forgiveness, compassion, emotional healing, and dissolving illusions. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so this full moon marks the end of a cycle. It's time to let go. Just like a snake sheds its skin in order to grow, you must let go of the past to emerge stronger and more resilient. Because this is a supermoon, the moon will appear larger and brighter because it is near its closest point to Earth during its monthly orbit, amplifying its emotional and energetic pull. It is a very positive energy that gives us a larger-than-life perspective where anything is possible. This moon is also known as the Queen of Emotions, and we may feel a heightened sense of emotions coming up. This is a larger-than-life lunation, offering us both intensity and illumination. This moon also carries the title of Harvest Moon, being the closest full moon to the September equinox, a time traditionally associated with gathering what has been planted and preparing for transition. Now, let's dive into the energies of Pisces. Weaving together the energies of the full moon with the Pisces archetype, we get the following themes. Intuition and psychic ability. During this time, we may experience heightened insights, and it is a good idea to trust the nudges and the dreams. Emotional depth and empathy. Old emotional patterns may surface for release. Fluidity and adaptability. As the sign of the two fishes swimming in opposite directions, Pisces energy is fluid in nature and allows for adaptability and the ability to move between the material and spiritual, as well as the conscious and subconscious. Compassion and service. This moon inspires acts of care and healing for yourself and especially for others. And finally, trust and forgiveness. This is an opportunity to let go of grudges, surrender control, and lean into flow. As I was preparing my notes for this full moon in Pisces, I took a look at the gene key associated with Pisces, and in this case, it is gene key 22. And I took a look at the shadow for gene key 22, and it happened to be judgment. So in this case, I really think that this ties into the themes of compassion and forgiveness, as well as having grace for others, really letting go of resentments, let go of any grudges that we may still be holding on to in order for us to continue to grow and evolve spiritually and develop our compassion and grace for others. Next, I want to dive into the fixed star alignments that are conjunct this full moon. This full moon will be conjunct the fixed star Alpherods in the constellation of Andromeda. In Greek mythology, the Andromeda constellation is named after Princess Andromeda. According to ancient myth, Princess Andromeda was chained to a rock as a sacrifice to a sea monster. She was later rescued by Perseus and Pegasus. This story really highlights the freedom and liberation that comes after trials. The fixed star Alpherods is heavily influenced by Jupiter and Venus energies, really highlighting themes of freedom, enjoyment, independence, and blessings. Together with the moon, the fixed star Alpherods is guiding us to release what binds you so that you can embrace your freedom and, most importantly, your self-worth. Next, during the full moon, the sun will be conjunct the fixed star Algorab in the constellation of Corvus, also known as the Raven. In Greek mythology, the fixed star Algorab is associated with Apollo's sacred raven. Apollo punishes the raven by turning its feathers black for telling quote-unquote lies. In various ancient traditions, the fixed star Algorab is tied to stories of magic, prophecy, truth-telling, betrayal, and healing. Overall, I feel like this star carries dark feminine energies related to embracing and navigating the shadows. Together with the sun, the fixed star Algorab is guiding us to move from darkness into light, restore truth and harmony, and heal deep emotional wounds. I really want to highlight this dual nature that I see with the fixed star Alpherods in Andromeda and the fixed star Algorab in the Corvus constellation. I really sense this very dual nature with these two stars, and I think it's so interesting how these energies are showing up during the full moon in Pisces, because Pisces does carry this dual nature. So overall, I feel like this full moon is a balancing of energies, a balancing of duality, balancing the inner and the outer, highlighting the shadows, and feeling this empowerment with Andromeda to feel liberated, to experience freedom, to feel worthy of blessings. But that only comes once we've cleared and navigated the shadows, which is what the fixed star Algorab is helping us with. Next, I wanted to discuss a couple of crystal allies for this full moon. I've been working with crystals for a very, very long time. It was probably like the first thing that I ever did. Growing up, I collected rocks in my backyard, and they were seriously my treasures. And probably around my 20s, I stopped by a crystal store, and it really reminded me of that inner child me searching for rocks. This time, of course, a lot more shinier and precious. The first stone I want to highlight today is black obsidian. And actually, I don't happen to have a black obsidian with me, but this is a rainbow obsidian, which is amazing. Obsidian is a stone formed by volcanic lava. This volcanic stone helps in protection, grounding, and spiritual connection. It helps absorb negative energies around you, and therefore it does need frequent clearing and cleansing. In ancient Mexico, obsidian was carved into mirrors that were used in ceremonies and rituals, specifically for scrying, which is a form of divination that involves gazing into a reflective surface, such as a crystal ball, or in this case, the obsidian mirror, to perceive symbols, images, or visions that could offer personal guidance, prophecy, and revelation. The Aztecs believed that obsidian mirrors had the power to reveal hidden truths, communicate with the spirit world, and foretell the future. An extremely powerful stone to work with this full moon in Pisces. As we previously discussed, the energies of Algorab really helping us to navigate the shadows. This is the perfect stone for navigating those shadows. Next, I want to talk about blue lace agate. Look how pretty. Very, very pretty. Blue lace agate is, again, I feel like I'm doing this balancing of energies. You've got the black obsidian really helping you navigate the shadows. And then the blue lace agate is really helping you to step into your power. It amplifies your voice. It strengthens our communication. It gives us the confidence to speak our truths. It helps to release stress and anxiety, and it emanates serene and calming vibes. So I've been holding on to it this entire time. So it's definitely been my ally during this first episode to help calm my nerves, and it just feels so good to the touch. Definitely a beautiful stone to work with during this full moon, as very, very aligned with the beautiful vibes of Pisces. And we'll be coming back to this beautiful blue lace wand towards the end of the episode when we do our closing affirmations. But before that, I wanted to go ahead and pull a couple of tarot cards for this full moon. I want to pull a card for what we are releasing, what this full moon is illuminating for us, and also a card to help us integrate. I have already pre-shuffled these cards before the episode, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull, asking for what are we ready to release. Okay. We're getting the Tower card. What are we ready to release here? With the Tower card, I am getting the sense that it's really time to just let things go. There are things that we're holding onto that are meant to crumble at this time, and we're trying to maintain this control and hold everything up, but it's time to just let it go. There are some things that need to be released and just let them fall away. Pulling a card for what needs to be illuminated at this time. So what's being illuminated is how strong and powerful we are. With the Strength card, there is a sense of balancing the strength as well, though. It's not like full force strength. It's a softer strength. It's like an inner strength. It's a very compassionate. It's leadership through the heart. It's leadership through service. And with the Strength card, it's also about taming your wild side, showing up in a powerful but composed way. And finally, let's pull a card for what needs to be integrated. Again, I'm getting this sense of it's time to walk away and realize that it's time to go your own way, leaving behind situations that are no longer good for you, that are no longer serving you, that do not bring you peace of mind, that you leave drained from certain situations, and it's time to let those go. I actually pulled some cards earlier for myself, and it's so interesting that I got both the Strength card and the Six of Swords again. So it's definitely a very, very strong theme, and the tarot is reminding me that these are the energies that we're working with. Very, very interesting. I'm actually shocked right now. So I really hope that that helped. I love tarot because it does offer us a very grounded approach to decision making, really highlighting what's beneath the surface for us. So I really hope that you found that helpful. Finally, let's move on to our ritual closing and affirmations. And I'm going to use my beautiful wand for this part. As we close today's circle under the super full moon in Pisces, I invite you to pause and place a hand over your heart. Breathe deeply into your body and imagine the moonlight washing over you like water, cleansing away old emotions, patterns, and heaviness. Affirm with me. I release what no longer serves me with compassion and grace. I trust the flow of life and honor my intuition. I forgive. I surrender. I open to the wisdom of the cosmos. May this Pisces supermoon bring you clarity, compassion, and courage to embrace both your shadows and your light. Thank you for tuning into this very first episode of Luna Alchemy. If you enjoyed this journey, I'd love for you to subscribe, share it with a fellow seeker, or leave a review to help others find this circle. Until next time, may the moon guide you, the stars inspire you, and your soul remember its light. Bye-bye.